is more than a show, it is a movement. It is a voice. It is a rise. On Bollietv, we celebrate strength, resilience, and purpose. Where Women Rise is a powerful program created to uplift women, inspire change, and remind every woman that her story matters.
Meeting each other where we are and really just trying
Real conversations.
to be open to the word empowerment because it's really the small steps that matter.
This is where women are heard. If you believe in empowered women empowering the world, Where Women Rise, only on Bollietv. Because when women rise, everyone rises.
Welcome to Bollietv. I'm Mistress Loretta Brown Bolly with my co-host, my husband.
Mr. James Bolly. Today we bring you a Bollietv program called Where We Rise. A Bollietv program created to celebrate strength, amplify voices, and honor the unstoppable spirit of women. This program is to build confidence, uplift our sisters, and fuel a sisterhood that becomes a true source of power. A place where women lift each other up in every step towards a victory for all. This is Where Women Rise. And we are glad to have with us today our beautiful guest here who will allow her to introduce herself and we'll proceed with the rest of the program. Thank you for coming on Bollietv.
Thank you, Bollies. I appreciate you guys thinking of me during this important topic for us women. My name is Elizabeth Carr, and I have had the pleasure of knowing this beautiful couple for over a decade. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this discussion because it's actually a very exciting one.
Thank you, Liz.
All right, so we are glad to have you too. And viewers, I hope you are ready because we're ready to go into this discussion. So I will turn it back over to my host. You know, I'm the co-host now. Because before you can say, oh, Bolly, now go over there, you go put something the people think again. So, Mrs. Bolly, it's all up to you. We can commence this discussion.
Okay, so we're gonna dive into the first discussion. The first discussion is gonna be like, what does a true women empowerment means to you personally?
When I think of women empowerment, I think of community. So when I think of empowerment, I think of us meeting each other where we are and really just trying to assist in the day-to-day things that happen. Empowerment doesn't have to be this big movement. It's just being there for someone when they need you. And sometimes it's as small as just giving them a laughter, or sometimes it's as big as taking care of their kid for a month. So let's just be open to the word empowerment because it's really the small steps that matter.
Beautiful. So let's look at it a little bit more. So you say it just have to be something small to uplift some people, some women.
Exactly.
Because there are a lot, people go through nowadays now. Can you please elaborate? Maybe give us a little example of some of the things that you think you might reach out to that one person or that one woman or that one female to uplift some situation you think that may help, and you think that you can reach out to that person.
I think as women, sometimes we're very shy with each other. And the reason I say that is we have connections and we get in our heads and start thinking about, oh, is that person going to call me? Are they going to like me? I have kind of been very intentional about always reaching out as much as I can. And sometimes when I say empowerment, really what I mean is just being available to the people that are important to you around their life. And being available could be waking up in the morning and saying, hey, I think about Loretta, I can pick up the phone and, just call her. And sometimes it's awkward because you haven't talked to them for 6 months, or a year for that matter, But it's just being there. When you think about the people that are connecting with you in every day, you just make that phone call, see how they're doing, and just go from there.
How can we support each other better as women in our community today? Like,
I think I'm going to go back to the word intentional. The way we can support our women in this community is literally being there for each other. I think sometimes when we get together, we make these big plans about how we're going to have a women society or a women club or a women association for that matter. But I think what's important is for us to make those connections so that we can rise to that association that we want, to that community that we love. So if you're asking me how we can be there for women, it's really just meeting them where they are. I think sometimes what happens is we put ourselves in boxes of, oh, I can't talk to her, or I can't reach out to her, or she won't understand my problem. But I always go back to when I connect with someone, I don't look at where they are. I really just look at there was a connection with that person, and I want to see how I can make them better at that point. Whether it's childcare, whether it's education, whether it's just being a mom, a new mom, and being there for them. I just want to meet them where they are to be able to help them.
So,
go ahead.
so are you trying to say we need to learn to celebrate each other achievement
Exactly.
to get there for each other?
Exactly. Because, sometimes somebody achieves something, but because they feel it's not as big as your achievement, they keep quiet.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to recognize that that person's achievement means something to them, no matter how small you think it is for you. So always meeting people where they are is very important to me.
True. Co-host?
Yes, I'm just going to ask a question. I know you talk about reaching out to women where they are, checking on them sometimes. Is social media helping women's confidence and self-worth today? So let me repeat it. Is social media helping or hurting women's confidence or self-worth today? Because if you look on social media now, women are there going at each other. If they're not going at each other's kids, they are insulting each other and they are doing this now. So because the show is where women rise now. So that's why I'm coming up with that question. Is social media helping or hurting women's confidence today and self-worth?
It depends on how you want to use social media. Yes, if you want to go in and watch women fighting, women picking on each other, women sizing each other up, you're inviting that energy to your life, and that's what you're contributing to your own psychological development. If you decide that that's going to be there and that's the environment you are in, one of the things I try to do is I remove myself from that environment. That is not the environment I choose to be in. And I understand that it exists, and I understand that it is in social media. And yes, if you invite that into your life, yes, it is detrimental to you to be on social media. It is going to make you feel less confident, and it's going to make you aspire to expectations that are actually not realistic, because let's be honest, this is social media, right? We're putting our best foot forward. We're not putting what's the worst thing about us at the time. So yes, if you want to look at it, there's no yes or no answer to this question, Bolle. It depends on what you're acquiring in social media.
You're speaking in terms of these women that participate.
Yes.
In this. Okay. So exactly. Now, those women now, because this podcast is on where women rise.
Yes.
What would be your advice as to women that, like you, the way you place it, as to what situation you find yourself in social media? What would be your advice based on what you just said to those women as to how they can rise above negativity, especially where you see someone that actually having dramas, insulting each other, like I said it.
Yes.
And that's what I asked, if it is helping people, and you said there's no yes or no to the answer.
Yes.
So what would you come into simply Now that I've said what I just said, this is how you can rise above that. That's what I want. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
The only way you can rise about that is what you can control, right? You can't control someone else's reaction and how they're going to decide.
No, I'm talking about people that participate in what I
Yes.
specific mention.
So the person that's participating in that, they have to look at themselves. They have to look at themselves and realize what is putting them in this position. What is making them want to lash out and fight in social media. So unfortunately, this is not going to be an easy answer, but you have to reflect on yourself. Is this what you want to do? Is this how you want to react to someone else's action? Because remember, every action, the only thing you can control is what? Your reaction. So I can't tell you to stop fighting in social media. I can't. But what I can tell you is you can ask yourself, why am I reacting this way? Because when you ask yourself that question, it's going to make you self-reflect and help you understand why you're putting yourself in that position.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Where women rise. I think you're enjoying the show so far, so we'll go back to our host. Let's continue this discussion.
And us, before we continue, also you said if that's how you want people to remember you,
Yes.
like if that's how you want your children to remember you, what people say in the community, we've been out there screaming, cursing, doing everything on social media. Is that how you want to be remembered? So that's
Absolutely.
Yeah, salient point.
okay. So we're going into the next discussion. What quality do you admire most in a strong woman today? That you know.
The most quality I admire in a strong woman today is consistency. You know, to be a strong woman, you have to wake up every day and decide that you're going to do certain things to make you better. And if you're able to be consistent and be intentional about whatever it is that you want to do that day to be better, I admire that. Because every day you wake up, there's a new challenge, there's a different challenge every day.
Especially the life we live now.
Exactly. And just to be able to tune that out and stay the course and be consistent on what you want, that is what I admire.
Wow. That sounds beautiful. Was co-host any more thing to add today? Or
So you are saying like a strong woman that don't give up,
Yes.
that have that resilience, that don't give up.
Yes, resiliency is exactly what I'm saying. But resiliency for what matters to you, not what society expects of you, is what I admire.
Co-host?
yes, yeah, and I really like the way you place it, and I really think what you're saying is very productive for women who would be watching this program. But this is what I want to ask you:
Yes.
the strong woman that you mentioned, right? What role should that strong woman also play in controlling the empowerment of their daughters or their sons?
They do play a major role. We all know every child under 12 years old really looks up to their mother.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. What
Yes.
role should that woman play in their daughters or the son's life, empowering them, raising them? You know.
If I think about that question, the first thing that comes to my mind is, I guess, leading by example. So if I'm going to be there for my son or my daughter, and I want to instill certain morals or values around them, I can tell them that all day long. But if I'm not leading by example, then no matter what I tell them under that spectrum, children are sponges. They're watching you. So whatever you tell them is basically this way, but whatever they see sticks with you. So the best thing I can tell to that situation is leading by example.
Yeah, and which brings me to this point of discussion where leading by example, because kids, especially if you're a girl child in the house, most likely you may come up doing exactly what your mother was doing.
Exactly.
So in kids' eyes, the mother negative behavior may be a strong woman in their eyes. Because they're looking at the man, they think they don't know anything.
Mhm.
because it's just that for we the men too. If we are a boy child, he's gonna whatever he see us doing is what he will probably grew up doing. So now the strong woman that we're talking about, because I'm pretty much sure we're talking about the positive strong woman now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the negative strong woman, where she fighting everybody in the community, putting all her best friends in secret outside because she and them have disagreements. What would be the advice to a woman like that? Where can she rise above those things to set or to empower the children positively, the sons or daughters?
You can control how she feels, right? We can control her
but
negative.
we just saying that.
we can control
That's
that.
why I'm asking you. I said, yes, now where can who will be watching the show?
Yes.
Maybe there's somebody watching the show who does that and think it's okay. And think she's making her child daughter strong. So don't let nobody mess with you. Don't let nobody mess with you. Anybody try you, go on social media, attack them by attack the dollars.
Deal with them.
So this is where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a different perspective. I know what I'm talking about is all the positive woman, she's supposed to do this, but not. There's another woman.
Now we want to talk about the negative woman.
There's a woman I'm watching here right now.
Okay.
Who feel that she always has to prove a point and tell her daughter like go out and say, don't let nobody talk to you, anything that will attack the children or do this. Like you see on social media now. You see women going after the kids, they're going after each other. So I'm trying to see now what would be some of the advices that you give people that, because this show is about where women rise now. We can just talk the positive thing. We know there are things that happen in the community.
Yes. Okay. So the negative woman.
Yeah. That will be watching now. What advice would you give? Look, I would not say negative woman.
Yes,
I would say the woman who has
really struggled with that word.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's not say
that lady that don't take no mess.
Okay. Let's withdraw the word negative. The woman with this honor attitude. The secondary attitude.
So, Bole, every woman has an attitude. Just so
but we talk about a particular woman with this attitude.
So the negative woman.
We'll take the one negative back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The woman with this attitude I just described.
Okay, the attitude woman.
Yeah. The one I just
woman that don't take no mess.
The one I just described.
One thing I understand, for a woman to get to that point, something happened, right, in their life.
Yeah.
Don't you agree, Bole?
Yeah, that's true.
But something happened. But remember, in your first opening statement, you said that you can control what you do.
Yes, I am always in control of what I do, whether it's a positive woman across the street or a negative woman across the street. So that control is always within me, okay?
Correct. We got that part. So we're talking about the other woman with the attitude now.
But the thing is, my problem is I don't control that woman. I control my reaction to her.
Okay, so then this is what I want to understand. Okay.
Yes.
Because we are here where women rise. So basically, I will need an example for you as to what you would do if somebody went on social media and attacked one of your children here, or attack you, let's say a friend of mine, because a friend of yours where you had a little disagreement, right? And they did that. So where will you rise now? So the woman with the attitude I was just talking about now, where do you think you will rise if you were in her shoe? Because even though you can't control it, but if it was in your shoe.
If I was the attitude woman putting bad things in social media?
No. So what I'm trying to say, right?
Okay.
There are some women that will go on social media and attack each other. Sometimes attack each other kids, right?
Yes.
What I'm saying. And then the girl child in the house is there watching the mother, doing all that. You talk about, how positive women, people control their actions and all the things.
Yes.
Now, so that's why I'm asking about the other side now, because there's a pros and cons for everybody. Attitude.
So you're always life is not peaceful, okay? Life can also be very confrontational, whether it's your friend, whether it's work, whether it's school, whatever. Life is not always peaceful. So yes, you're going to get these people who come into your life and they decide that they want to create a narrative for your life, right? They're going to say, this is how Liz is. And this is what I think about her, and this is what I think about their children, XYZ, right?
Correct.
So when that happens to me, One thing that I finally always know, and I don't know how I know this, but I just know is I get to control myself no matter what.
That is the answer.
I
How
get
do you
to
control yourself?
Control. How can you control?
I get to because that comes with a foundation. Okay, you just don't wake up tomorrow and you decide I'm going to control how I react to this person. That comes with growth, for lack of a better word. So how do I control this person? First of all,
No,
she
yes, sir.
started a fire, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
But I don't fuel the fire. So one of the things I have to do is to make sure, okay, this person put XYZ about my children or about myself. Am I going to add to it? Does it matter if I need to add to it? Is it even worth it for me to add to it? And if the answer is no, then you ignore it. And before you know it, we're in a society where within 24 to 48 hours, things are
Everybody
disappear.
forget.
They
You don't
forget.
even know what happened. The people looking for the new thing to go on
Exactly.
social media. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to. I'm going to look at myself, and we're human beings. We are going to react. We're going to be angry. But the one thing I'm going to not do is to compromise my children even further or myself even further, especially if that person is saying something that's not true. So, what's the point of me adding to that situation?
Thank you, Madam Host.
So you're trying to say you will always be the positive one. You have to
No,
try.
no. I'm not saying I'm always going to be the positive.
Okay.
Of course, I'm going to be like, oh my God, why is this person saying this about me? Who do they think they are, and etc. But what I'm not going to do is go into social media and fuel that fire.
So you go
So
behind the
you're
scenes.
not gonna go into social media to
Yes.
fuel, but because you're not gonna always be the positive, you cannot always be the positive one.
No, it's
Because
impossible to be positive. all
okay,
the time.
so
Yeah.
since you're not,
So let's just switch. We'll go on the phone and go attack
No.
that
since you're not gonna be,
person. Yeah.
I just said I'm
since you're not gonna be on
entertain it.
social media,
That's what I'm saying.
so
Okay.
what will you do?
Yeah. What will you do?
What will you
No.
do?
If I'm not on social media,
No, so
No, you don't
said-
have to attack them on social media
Yeah.
because you're not gonna go on social media as you
but
said.
what if they're in front of me?
No,
not
so
in front of
after
you.
that,
What will be your reaction?
what will you be a
besides-
reaction? Will you confront them out
No.
of social media?
I move on. Like, why am I even entertaining that? Why
Okay.
am I even?
That's what we want to do. Like, once
No.
It's okay. I'm not on social media to beat this girl, but I'll
Silence is a power.
I'll go pack my
Silence
car.
has power, yeah.
Silence is a power.
Yes.
that
Honestly.
people
Girl, I was
need to
getting scared.
understand.
Maybe let's go drive a car.
Me
is
too.
up your
That's
mind?
why I'm waiting to say.
Listen.
So you're gonna only be the positive one.
No,
So what next?
I'm not
will
going to put my
happen?
business on social media.
No,
I will just
no.
drive my car, go park it from our garage with the cars out. That's it. It's on.
Silence is a power.
Okay, so you're just not going to respond to that person. Period.
Not really.
Why?
Why?
I mean,
Why?
Madam Host. Like that. Because I was getting scared.
Why?
I know you're watching the thing, right?
Why?
You're watching
I know
You're
why
saying-
you are. Yeah.
Let me ask you here. Do you guys not think you're going to say, okay, I will drive to the person up?
No.
social
I will
media
meet them in the park.
So she's got a host that says, oh. But anyway, this is what the program is for. Okay? A Bollietv program created to celebrate, amplify voices, and honor the unstoppable spirit of women.
Yeah.
So I will turn it over to the host again so we can continue this thing.
I don't know how long that question went.
It was good.
It was you.
was
I mean,
good.
people let's get to the end of the thing, go. You take a car, go drive.
No, not drive-bys. Not drive-bys.
No
Because I'm going to start packing the camera right now. All right, let's go.
Okay, so we dive into the next discussion.
Okay.
How can we have each other accountable without attacking or belittling one another?
That comes with creating a relationship. For me, I can't come to somebody that I don't have a relationship and tell them they're accountable for this, because if I don't have a relationship with them, I don't have the currency to go to them and say, you did this wrong. Does that make sense? I'm just being very honest here. There's a currency. You have to create friendship. You have to create relationships so that when you really care and are there for that person and something is not going well with them, you have the currency to be able to tell them, Loretta, this is not working. I think this is not the direction you want to take. But you can't do that if you haven't made a relationship.
So is there a better way to hold people accountable?
There's a better way to hold. I mean, if you're in a professional environment, you don't need a relationship to hold people accountable. But if you're talking about friends and colleagues and your community, you have to exercise the hard work of creating a relationship before you hold someone accountable for what they're doing.
Okay. That growth.
You have to grow with them.
Yeah. Mr. Co-host?
Yes. So even nowadays, right?
Here we go.
But this is where women rise.
Yes.
Even
it's
though
where
you
we
told the
were
people
right.
here, but I hear as a man, I have to come in so we can dive into so we can.
Yes,
make
you
other
have a
people
ma-
watch it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
because
agree.
listen now,
Yes.
we watching you guys. It will come a time where I will have a show about men, and I'll have my wife will be there to ask a question about how your woman view certain things about women.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm here for. So I know someone talking what Bollietv over there doing with the women. I will be here.
What are the one putting the spice
Yeah,
and the
I put a little
juice?
spice. If they leave with the two women,
Not too straightforward. Just say it, be the next.
if they leave with the two women, they will be talking so sissy. So I gotta put pepper inside.
So
So okay.
You gotta put pepper.
Yeah, I gotta put pepper in. Look, even people in relationships now, right?
Yes.
Friends. They can be even parents who got good relationship. Sometimes when they're doing negative things, you try to come and advise them, they get upset with you. Where do
Then you thought you had a relationship with them, but they didn't have the same level of relationship you had with them.
so whenever somebody disagree with you because you come to tell them the what you
Well,
do is
it
not
depends on what the disagreement is. You know, it could be a disagreement of you're my best friend and I don't agree with you. Because, you know, best friends can disagree.
Not
Oh,
like
yes.
some habits.
but-
Like somebody doing some
but-
bad habits. And I always go to the social media.
Yeah.
Let's say you saw one of your friends on social media attacking people, going at the children and everything. And you, on the other hand, went behind the scene to say, no, I know you're mad, but I don't want you going on social media to attack other people's children or attack your friends or
Yes.
try to talk down your friends.
Exactly.
And that friend get mad at you. What would you do in that instance?
I don't control how my friend reacts to it. My job is to hold my friend accountable. If she does not want to take that accountability, that is not my business.
You won't
So if she doesn't take your advice,
will you still be friends with her?
You're there to advise people. You know, people are going to take different directions after advice. One thing I learned as I'm growing older is you can advise anybody you want, but there is no thing out there that says they have to take your
Truth.
advice, right?
That is correct.
So if you're giving that advice, just remember that it may not be taken.
So you should expect two things from your friend.
Exactly.
She can either tell you, okay, I hear you, and still continue to do it,
someone listening,
or
but
some
Yes.
will say, okay, no, she's my friend, she came to tell me the truth. Is that what we're hearing?
Yes, be prepared for both reactions. Your job is to make sure that you're there for your friend and hold them accountable. They may not take that advice, and that should be okay. Hi.
We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Nymo Beauty is here. A skincare designed for every complexion from caramel to deep rich tones, and every unique skin type in between. Whether you're looking to glow, hydrate, or fight signs of aging, we've got you covered. Here are just a few of our standout products. Our Bright Glow Mulatto Soap, our Collagen Glow Cream, with our Diamond Glow Face Cream. Now with Diamond Glow Whitening Body Lotion, you will discover the power of transformation with Glow Face Serum. To give your hands the care they deserve, you want to get our Glow Hands Hand Lotion. Reveal your skin's natural radiance with our Glow Coffee Scrub. Now you can say a goodbye to stretch marks with our Glow Mend Oil. Say goodbye to stubborn dark spots with our Hyper Glow Knuckle Cream. You will definitely experience the power of deep cleansing and radiant skin with our Liquid Glow Black Soap. Turn up your radiance with our Luminous Glow Glutathione Lotion. So shop on Nymo Beauty by Loretta, and your glow journey starts now at nymobeauty.com. And the best part? You can pay over time on orders $35 plus with Shop Pay.
Welcome back to our viewer from the break. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are still here. As you can see, this discussion is going very well. The guest is firing. You're the only person can put pepper on the food. You see the guest? The guest is firing. So let's continue for one word. Miss Bollietv, can you go back to the discussion that we started before we took our break?
Okay. That was how can we have each other accountable without attacking or belittling
Yes, and
one
then
another.
yes, and then I came on to say there are people with relationships with you where you can be friends, it can be parents or anything that may decide to do negative things on social media or even attack each other, children and everything. What if you went to that person to advise them about it and they don't take your advice very well? If you confronted them about the truth, will you still be friends with them? Either way, if they say no to you?
I think what I would realize in that situation is they were not even my friend in the first place. I just
Because they did
didn't
not
know.
accept your advice?
No, because they put my kids in social
No, not
media
your kids now. We talk about
and myself in a negative way, right?
No, not you. We're not talking about you this time. You answered
Okay.
that part. What are we talking about, right?
Yes.
In the instant where somebody that you call a friend, because you said you build up relationship with people
Yes.
that you have a relationship with, and then one day you go on social media, you see that person they're attacking another person, their children, their mother, or any other person, and you went to confront that person to let them know, look, man, you're my friend, but this is not right. And because you told them about it, tell your friend the truth, because not many people like the truth,
Mm-hmm.
and the person will react to you in a negative way.
So they're attacking somebody and they're my friend, and
They're attacking somebody on social media, and you see it as a friend,
as a
and
friend.
you went to advise them or confront them and say, look, it's not good. Don't attack this person.
Yes.
Don't attack the children or the mother or any family member. So as a friend, you want to give them an advice, and they did not take your advice very well. Would that person still be your friend?
I'm gonna say yes, but the friendship is gonna be like in a different level, right? It's gonna be one of those situations where one, I'm gonna look at what was our relationship before that, and if I have a 10-year relationship with this person and this person has never done that before, then I'm gonna have to wonder what has changed, because it's been 10 years, they never did this before, and now they're attacking people on social media. Versus a friend that I met last month, and this is the first thing I'm hearing about them. So it depends on, like I said, I think I remember talking about currency, like what is my currency relationship with this person, and I'm gonna look at it and say, what is going on now? If that's who they choose to be, attacking people on social media and their families and their friends, that does not align with who I am. And if that's what they're going to continue to do, then yeah, that friendship could end. But I'm not going to start off with, they're not my friend anymore. I'm going to try to understand why they're doing what they're doing. And if it turns out that that's who they are, then that's not acceptable to me. So they would not be my friend.
Okay, so why honest to like if you have me, you've been knowing me for like maybe almost
A
20
long
years.
time. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And all
18,
of a
19
sudden,
years. And all of a sudden you never see me on social media yelling and screaming and then all of a sudden you see me, you'll
yelling and
think you'll say
screaming.
that's not Loretta, right?
No, that's not
That's
Loretta.
not her.
What's going on?
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yes.
And then you give all the advices and you call me and I said, no, Liz, I'm still gonna deal with her. And what will you do?
Then I'm going to understand that that's who you are, right? And at that point, I'm going to decide if we need to change what type of friendship we have, or if we're not going to be friends going forward.
That's who I am. Or will you not say, maybe she already hurt and take more time, or you'll just take away from that friendship?
No, I won't take away from the friendship. I mean, from like I said, I'm going to decide on what kind of friendship we need to have forward.
Okay.
At that point, because remember, if I've known you for 10 years, I've known different sides of you. I've known who you are. I've seen you in different scenarios. I've seen you in situations where maybe you were dealing with grief, maybe you were dealing with losing someone, maybe you lost financial loss. I've seen so many parts of you that I understand a little bit about who you are if I've been that consistent friend to you. So when you wake up in the morning and decide to attack children and women on social media, I'm wondering, which side of Loretta is this? So So I want to seek to understand, like, is something going on that maybe I could help you with or not? But if, like you said, Bole, earlier, that this person has just decided this is who they want to be at the end of the day, then I have a decision to make on whether I want to be their friend or not.
Okay. We'll dive into the next discussion. Thank you, though.
Yes.
How can more opportunity for young girls grow with confidence and leadership skills?
I'm going to go back to leading by example. The only way children and girls get better with confidence skills is if we are there to show them exactly how we do it. That doesn't mean our children are going to do it exactly the same, but they do get a mentor, for lack of a better word, even though you're a parent, saying, oh, my mom did this, my papa did this, and therefore I can do this. So if we can just like lead by example, and be available for the passions that our children have. Sometimes in the African culture, we have certain, ideas of how we expect our children to go. Some people, for lack of a better word, wants their kids to be doctors or lawyers or what have you. But your kid could have a passion that is really something that you need to nurture. You need to be open with your children, your girls, your daughters, to understand these passions and understand how you as a parent can be able to develop that.
Okay, so what are some of the chances you can give them?
If for example, if a girl came to me and said, hey Liz, what do you do? Right? And I explained to them and they seem really interested. I have a very boring job, guys, but let's just say they were interested. Let's just say they were interested. Then I would start looking at things within my organization of, what are they doing for high schoolers? What are they doing for middle schoolers? What are they doing for kids that are in college? And I can maybe plug that person and say, hey, there's our mentorship here. There's an internship here. There's a 6-week program over the summer here. I know you were really interested in what I'm doing. How can I get you into the program? So let's use what resources we have as parents to be able to be there for our daughters. I know you mentioned daughters, but I have sons.
Yes.
So sons,
Smart, and very smart,
and use those resources to help around. If I have someone in Bolliet's family that's interested in what I do, then my job is to create that space for them to be able to explore it as much as I can.
Yeah.
So short answer, we all work in professional environments. We all are in communities that we have access to different things. Make sure that our girls and our daughters have that access and not sit on it.
No gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll dive into the next.
Well, I got something to say.
Hey,
I know you're ready to move, but we can't let this part. I like all the good examples that you give about what you just said. But
yes,
let me ask this question though. I mean, you guys are mothers, right?
Yes.
And I know most of the people who will be watching will be women too and mothers too. Now, this is just asking an opinion for you that you will give an honest answer to it. What bad advices are young women being given today in the name of empowerment? What bad advices do you think that some young girls or women are being given today in the name of empowerment? Because sometimes the person that you consider your mentor can influence the way you think, and they can give you advices sometimes. So I just want you to don't forget about the Google thing. What are bad advices that you think some young girls or women have been given today in the name of empowering them?
Well, you just mentioned one on our first question, going on social media and fighting somebody. No, yeah, they obviously had the it takes a lot of strength and encouragement to go on social media and air your laundry. I would understand, right?
Somebody might say, Yeah, go back on social media and deal with her.
So you think they are being influenced by somebody? You think most of these people are being influenced?
Yes, there's always a fire behind
to
it.
empower them. Go
Exactly.
back, go show yourself.
Go show yourself. And that person said this comment about you. Go back and answer to it. You know, that there's your bad example over there. You know, literally, like that's not a good example. You should be protecting your kids from social media first of all. Let's start there, right?
Thank you. Thank you. And I told you people, this podcast is about where women rise, a place where women lift each other higher, and every step towards a victory for all of your women. Our guests here have been elaborating. Before we can continue with the discussion, where are you from originally?
Oh, I forgot to say that. I'm from Kenya.
Nairobi?
Nairobi. Born and raised in Nairobi, yes.
Okay. The culture in Kenya is totally different from the culture here.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think some of the bad habits that you see in people who go on social media to attack each other, or not even only on social media, okay? The people who go watch their best friend laundry out in the public or to other people, somebody like you trusted before. Do you think this have a cultural influence?
It is definitely a cultural influence. I'm from Kenya, and you guys know Kenya are the #1 attackers on social media, right?
Oh, really? The attack?
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
Sometimes you think your country is worse.
So that would be really like,
yeah.
It's not selective to Liberia, okay?
But can you tell a little bit?
It's not.
So give a little example of how they attack each other on what basis?
No, we are very playful attackers. The most of the time, you know, like I'm not going to speak to the recipient of the person being attacked, but for the most part, like we joke a lot on social media.
We don't joke. We come for you. We tell you come closer.
Come
closer. Let me deal with you.
We tell you come closer. Let me deal with you. Do you guys who come closer too? I mean,
come closer. Yeah, we do.
It
depends on what the content is. If you're coming for us, yeah, we're coming closer. We are definitely coming closer.
Do Kenyan women go on social media and attack each other?
Yes, they do. It's
each other children.
Yes, they do.
Each other businesses.
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. From Kenya, yeah. So go ahead.
This is not just a Liberian phenomenon. I mean, women in general, and not even just the Black race, it's all races. We attack each other. That happens. You think it's just your community, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's literally several communities.
When you go deeper.
Yeah. And I don't know what to tell these women that attack other women.
So you think this must be part of the bi influences or bi advices that empowering women here? You think that's somewhere too?
It is a bad advice, because if my daughter went on social media and was like being attacked or was attacking someone, you know, it can go both ways. My job is to make sure that I'm not contributing to that attack.
Tell her to come closer.
Yes. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to kind of figure out how to actually stop her from doing that. But that's me, and I understand that not everybody is going to take this advice, and maybe that's their only way of communicating with the person that they're in conflict with. But I can only speak for myself. My thing is stop. Don't fuel the fire. That's where I go back to. Again.
All right, Madam Host, go forward.
Yeah. Let's don't fuel the fire. I
don't let that fire.
Let me
put some water.
Put some pepper in. You hear our guest, Miss Elizabeth Carr. Don't tell your daughter. Tell her to come closer. Deal with her.
Deal with her. No, it's not
say
dealing
something
here.
better than you know what, you don't have to bring yourself down low to a level. Let her talk. Versus, go there, go back. When she comes social media, go back there again. Tell her. Thank you. Miss Madam Host, continue.
Our next discussion will be what challenge do women still face today, and how can we help each other overcome them?
I think the biggest challenge we face is sometimes we think we can do it all by ourselves. right? We think we got it. We can do it all by ourselves. And superwoman. We're not. We're not superwomen. Something is breaking every time. If I may be doing well at work, but home is not quite good, or I am not doing very home, and something's always falling apart. So my biggest challenge to us women is to recognize that everything is not perfect and be there for each other, community wise. And when I say that, I understand in our African community we're very big at like picking on the things that I don't do well, right?
Yes.
I may not be a good cook, but Loretta is a great cook. Let's go there. I know Africans in cooking is huge.
It's huge.
It's huge. But we should be there like, okay, Loretta is a good cook. I'm not the good cook, but I can help Loretta with something else.
Yes.
I may be a better mom, at that point. So we need to recognize that we're not perfect. And that's one of our challenges in the African community. We tend to think we have to figure it all by ourselves. We don't. And that's where we need each other as community.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me ask you now, because you say we women think we can do all by ourselves, but we can't do all by ourselves.
No.
That's what you're saying to your friend women.
Exactly. Yes.
So what would you say to the women who say, I don't need no man?
I need my man.
I know you need your man, but I'm just asking them. You see some women now saying, I don't need no man. I can do everything by myself. What would you say about that to these women? I mean, because you say we women think we can do all, your women think you can do all everything by yourself. But
I already kind of answered that by saying I disagree. We don't have it all figured together.
So you need men too?
I just said I need my man. Did that answer that question?
What's
about them? No. I guess it depends on what they need in their life, and that may not be a man at that time. I'm just saying that.
I'm just trying to put
that it depends on what they need. But if they say they don't need a man, Loretta, it depends on what experiences they've had, and I wouldn't know what that experience is. But I'm going to tell you that even if we say we don't need a man, that doesn't mean we figured it all out. Sometimes we're good at something and we're not good at something, and sometimes if we just give ourselves the psychological safety to allow ourselves on, this is what I'm good at, this is what Loretta is good at, then we will be able to overcome some of these challenges that you mentioned on your question. So
this is not a question I have, but it's like it's not all about relationship too.
Yes,
it's like challenges at work for women.
Exactly.
It's tough on that end too.
Exactly.
Equal rights. It's tough on that end too. So we have to keep our heads up. And sometimes a woman will say, I don't need a man. She got her reason,
Yes.
And a man will say, I don't need a woman. He got his reason.
Yes.
But there's a lot of different challenges. Job.
Yes.
But other countries, let's take America from there. Other countries, equal rights. Women fighting. They got women there with degrees, be somewhere up there in the government, but they cannot be there because of the law.
Yes.
So it's a huge...
It is a huge problem, but we
Yes.
can always make a small contribution to that big problem. And it starts with like when you mentioned work, one of the things that came to my head is every time I see another sister at work or another person that I feel is in, the space that I am in, which is being a Black woman, being in corporate, being a minority, and sometimes always being the one in the room that is looking different than everybody else. So what I try to do in those spaces is when I see other people that I saw in me, I create opportunities for them. And those opportunities might reward them into getting a promotion or not. It doesn't matter. What it does is it actually puts us in rooms that we could have not been in the first place. So
True.
all I can say about those challenges in the workspace is anytime you see a space that is fitting for someone else in your background, make it happen.
Yes, make it happen.
Make it happen.
Wow. So let me ask you now, with the Kenyan women, how do you guys motivate, support each other? Say like that back home and here?
Here, yes, my best friend happened to be Kenyan, and it's not because we even see each other every day. I have known my best friend for 20 years, and she's moved in 5 different states. So out of those 20 years, we've literally been physically in the same state maybe 5 years. And she's still my best friend because anything that we go through life, we figure out a way to, like I said, support each other. Support each other um, in small little ways. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this interview, it could be as simple as I'm feeding you, like Loretta is feeding me today. So thank you. Thank you. She's feeding me. Oh, it could be as big as you find them a job.
So you guys back home, what the women rights like back in Kenya? I mean,
Women's rights are still something that has to be worked on, but it is something that is, in Africa, a continual fight. The advantage of Kenya is very social media frenzy, so there's a lot of exposure and a lot of things that happen. So you guys heard about the feminist side in Kenya? Have you guys heard about that?
No, I mean, elaborate on it a little bit. I mean, I love to hear
You
everything.
have not. So in the beginning of 2025, there was a feminist side movement, and what that movement was about is making sure that we reduce the mortality rate of women from abuse and being killed from domestic partners or any other situations that put women in compromise. So the feminist side movement was to create awareness on how many women were dying because of basically domestic situations.
You mean the boyfriend or husband or kid?
Oh yes, exactly. Wow. Yes.
So many violent them?
Sometimes, yes. And that's not really just Kenya. That's
it's all
pretty
over.
much everywhere.
Yeah.
but
I mean, for you to come to that level of awareness in me is
yes,
the rate was increasing.
Yes, the rate was definitely increasing, but not the highest in the entire world.
No, we're not talking about the world, just Kenya.
Or even Africa, but it was increasing, which is why there was awareness around it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, so there was awareness. Yeah. So if you go look at...
So now has the rate come down?
It is something that's being implemented in a policy situation. Remember, this just happened in 2025, so we're not even going to see any statistics anytime soon. But the beauty about it is it created awareness. So for women in Kenya, yes, we are still going through a lot of women issues that the entire world is going through. But I am proud of them that we do rise up and we do try to create awareness around women issues.
Thank you very much for that little history.
Yes. Thank you, Liz.
This is what the show is. This is what the show is about. What the show is about, where women rise. Okay, because things that they're talking about, awareness being raised for women being mortality. Those are very important things because these people that come in, they come to tell people, no, just stop. They opening eyes to people. They enlighten people's mind as to what's going on over there, just like you did. So that's one of the reasons why we bring you on the show, so we can talk about other places and other awareness and things that you guys have gone through yourself. So thank you so much for that elaboration.
Yes.
Okay. So our next discussion will be, what do you think is the biggest misconception about women supporting women?
Yeah. Well, let us know.
The biggest misconception, and I kind of started thinking about this lately, and I borrowed this is not from me, is we sometimes mix kindness with being nice to each other. Does that make sense?
Yes, Copy is good at that.
Oh yeah. Can you repeat again something?
We mistake being kind with being nice. So the difference is I can be like, one of our misconceptions is if I'm nice to you, then that's okay. But I can be nice to you, but I'm not empowering you. I can be nice to you, but I'm not opening rooms for you. I can be nice to you, but I'm not creating opportunities for you. And by that I mean, like, I can be, every time Loretta sees me, it's great. But when I go into a room in the board meeting and I realize an opportunity for Loretta, I'm not speaking up for Loretta.
Back. Mhm.
Okay. Or when I am in front of other women and they're talking a certain way about Loretta, I am not speaking on behalf of Loretta.
You
to
mean
some
when they
extent.
gossip it?
Exactly. So there's this misconception of that it's okay to just be nice. But what's important to me is being kind. And the reason why I use that word kind means that anytime I'm in different rooms, I can speak on behalf of
Another woman.
another
Yes.
woman.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So
Well,
that's the misconception we have. We think we're just, as long as we are nice to each other, we are good people. No. We need to take some action to help people.
To
And that's-
uplift each other up.
Exactly.
Bring awareness about things that go on.
Exactly.
So
like-
let me tell you now. So
Okay. Go ahead.
some of the misconceptions about women supporting each other that we men have, let me get asked about.
Yes.
We get to you can gossip about all that. What do you think causes that misconception? We think that your other gossip about us,
We gossip about the women?
the men.
Oh,
men,
about
we
the men.
About our husbands?
Oh,
Your gossip
about our men?
Yeah, your gossip about men, we're sitting down together. And sometimes you're even gossip about each other more. You put each other down more. So what can you, so I know the misconception. What do you think causes that misconception and how can you guys rise above that?
Nymo Beauty is here. A skincare designed for every complexion from caramel to deep rich tones, and every unique skin type in between. Whether you're looking to glow, hydrate, or fight signs of aging, we've got you covered. Here are just a few of our standout products. Our Bright Glow Mulatto Soap, our Collagen Glow Cream, with our Diamond Glow Face Cream. Now with Diamond Glow Whitening Body Lotion, you will discover the power of transformation with Glow Face Serum. To give your hands the care they deserve, you want to get our Glow Hands Hand Lotion. Reveal your skin's natural radiance with our Glow Coffee Scrub. Now you can say a goodbye to stretch marks with our Glow Mend Oil. Say goodbye to stubborn dark spots with our Hyper Glow Knuckle Cream. You will definitely experience the power of deep cleansing and radiant skin with our Liquid Glow Black Soap. Turn up your radiance with our Luminous Glow Glutathione Lotion. So shop on Nymo Beauty by Loretta and your glow journey starts now at nymobeauty.com. And the best part? You can pay over time on orders $35 plus with Shop Pay.
Where we the right?
Women right.
I think I put me in the shoe. I will
So-
put some of it inside.
So are you assuming that every time women sit around, we are talking about you?
No, we're not
guys?
assuming. We assume that we know that what you can do. So I mean, you're considering a misconception, but I'm just asking. Even okay, let's put it that way. If we really assume it, is that what you guys do, or would you having a fake assumption?
You're not going to like my answer.
It's fake.
Listen, let me repeat this.
It's fake. It's a fake conception.
It is. It
This
is.
program,
fake.
Most times when we sit as women, we don't even get to the men's discussion. I'm sorry.
you don't get to us.
No.
So many are here. They say nothing about us. They don't say anything about us. Okay.
So I was like, I don't know if he's gonna. Like this
That's my,
answer.
okay. Well, I mean,
No, we really.
Are you speaking for
The
you
whole-
or all women?
No. I'm not speaking for me. I have friends. I go to brunch. I go to different, organizations, and I wish my friends were here. They could speak to it even better.
No, I want all of you. I want be all of you.
Next time we're getting everybody. Next time we're gonna get 5 women and just you.
Just
No, I can do two at
but no, like most of the times when we are talking about our men, it's because we need help from our friends, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you need
we don't-
listening ears.
Yeah, you just need a listening
So you all
ear.
consult each other about your men.
Yeah, but it's not like we're gonna get together and we're gonna bash our men. Like
I mean,
no,
somebody
like,
can get together, but there's a small little talk can come there, right?
no,
Small little conversation can come there about the men. You all consult
Even
each
the
other.
men do that too.
yeah, but
So
that's
do
not
married
really-
women consult single women about the men, or do how does it work?
Well, I have a lot of single friends, and
So
I
you
do
go-
listen to them about my marriage.
You're married.
advice.
So you consult
I
people
do.
who is not married to consult. to tell you
Yes,
about-
because
Why?
those people make you understand how to keep your marriage alive. I'm
You
just
mean
gonna
those
be
people who have
honest.
made mistake of losing their...
No, it's
The
not a
single
mistake
ones.
to be
The single
single.
one.
Is it a mistake to be single?
No, I'm not want to make mistake that they, because somebody can only give you an advice of a mistake that they made.
The single
But
ones.
if you have not been in a relationship before, how can you advise somebody to stay in a relationship?
So when you mean they have not been in a relationship, they don't have a boyfriend, they don't have a fiance.
No, that's not what I'm saying. If you say your friends, you say
Okay.
single friends, you got a lot of single friends, right?
I
And
do.
they
Yes.
advise sometimes for you to stay in a relationship. So if you're single, if you've never been you've never been married before, how can you give an advice to somebody who is married?
You can give it a you can as a single person you still have relationships. Just because you're not married doesn't mean you don't have a
Boyfriend
relationship.
and marriage is two different things.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
I completely understand. But that doesn't mean that these people, because they're not married, have nothing that they can tell you about a marriage. I'm sorry, I disagree with that. Sometimes
No, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just asking.
sometimes talking with people that are not married and are in whatever relationship you are gives you a different perspective on your own relationship. Are you going to take that and make it the Bible of your marriage? I don't know. That's your prerogative. But what I'm saying is, just because they're not married doesn't mean they're not in a relationship and they can teach you one thing or two. They can't determine how your marriage is going to go, right?
The single people.
Yes, they cannot, but they can definitely teach you a thing or two that you can take into your marriage.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Madam Host, how far we going now?
We're good to go.
Okay, one more to go.
Our discussion.
Is it the last one?
Almost there.
Okay.
Almost there.
So you're
How-
single.
What is a mess?
A mess.
How can we create more opportunity for young girls to grow with confidence and leadership skills?
I think again, I hate to say this again, but like I mentioned earlier, like just recognize the doors that can open for them and be a champion for that door. So like Alia was mentioning, if you have a child that's interested in your position or however work or skill that you have, being available to nurture them, to see if that skill can grow for them. And I had mentioned like mentorships, summer interns, and all that stuff from a professional perspective, but from our personal family relationship perspective, just lead by example. Kids watch so much. Like
Yes.
they literally do. So lead by example, and also be open to your kids' curiosity, so your daughter's curiosity. Give them the space to be able to come and say, Mom, why are you doing this? Why do you do this? Why do you like it? And you might even be able to tell them, no, I don't like what I do, I'm just doing it for a paycheck. Or you might say, I love what I do and this is why I love it. And then they might want something different, and they will have this safe space to be able to do so. One thing I'm trying to do for my boys, I know we're talking about daughters, is just listening to them, and just, they're very young, by the way, they're not adults by any means, but I try to listen to, like, for example, my old one, he loves piano. There's no music born in my body or my husband's body, even though he'll beg to differ. But
I will also let you know after the show.
but he loves music, and music makes him like just try different instruments. So my job as a parent is to make sure that I create spaces for him to be able to do music. It could be as simple as directing him to music classes in college or high school, or taking him to a music class if I can afford it, or going to church. There's a lot of music in church,
Yes.
and just putting them into the piano in church or what have you. So short answer to this question for me is just lead by example and create spaces for them to be able to grow,
Yeah.
to build.
I'm gonna add my little cent there. Give them a lot of opportunity to
Yes.
listen. We need to learn to listen to them too.
Exactly.
Yeah, because most African parents,
We're just like, you gotta do this,
Maybe you gotta go our way.
this. And I'm trying to be like, yes, you gotta do this, but what else do you want to do? You still have to guide them. We're immigrants. We came here to make our lives better.
yes.
So by naturally, we want our kids to better. So we try to direct them on what we think is better, but leave a little space on what they want to do as well.
Okay. Well, we can
So-
continue. Let's continue with the discussion.
So our next discussion will be what habits or behaviors should we encourage among women to build unity?
Being a little bit more open-minded.
Okay.
That's one habit or behavior I would like to create. Not walking into friendships or relationships or work or whatever thinking a certain way, just being open and trying to receive the information before you make an opinion. I think as women are very quick to judge each other, right?
Of course.
I'll say that.
Very,
Yes.
very quick to judge each other. And if we can just tone down the judging and try to listen to the person in front of you, I think that's going to go a long way.
It's almost like what you said, like if I can stand in front of Mary in her absence, I should be there to speak for her.
Exactly.
If not in her absence, I'd be like, yeah, that's true. She can talk too much.
Yes.
No.
No.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Mm.
So this will be the last discussion.
She will get out of this freelancing.
Lisa's excited.
without an hour motive.
This is the last discussion, guys.
Yeah, this discussion was,
This is a platform where women rise.
Exactly. So, since we're coming to the end of the discussion
Yeah.
and everything, first, let me just remind our audience. Okay, this is a Bollietv TV program called Where Women Rise. A Bollietv TV program created to celebrate strength, amplify voices, and honor the unstoppable spirit of women. So, this program here is to build confidence, uplift our sisters, and feel a sisterhood that becomes a source of power. So everything you're hearing from our guests here today, this is the reason why we bring our women on here so they can tell more things. There are a lot of educative information that will be coming from each of our guests.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoy this podcast so far. I know you'll see one man sitting out here. They don't want me here, but I had to put pepper in it.
Gotta put sugar
So
and juice.
let's continue.
So this is our last discussion. What examples of empowered when women inspire you and why?
What examples of empowerment of women inspire me and why? I lately the example that I have that empowers me is just we're in a very difficult environment right now, immigration wise, for our immigrants. And so, what's empowering me lately is watching African people, not just women, but women too, that are figuring out how to navigate this difficult time and creating opportunities, not just in the US, but whatever countries they're from. So that is very empowering to me right now, given the climate that we are in. But specifically, if you want, like, what is empowering to me as a woman, for me, what is empowering to me as a woman is being able to be vulnerable, like being open and letting people know I don't have all the answers, but still getting results.
Yes.
Like we start businesses and we want it so perfect, but it doesn't have to be. Just get it out there and make your money. Or you start a school and everybody's not on board with your school for XYZ reasons, and somehow you still push through and get the school started. So what I wish I had a specific person or example for you, but what I'm trying to say from this long answer is I really value resilience right now in women.
Yes.
Just being able to start something, persevere through some hardship and get past it. That is very aspiring to me or inspiring to me as well. Like, wow, they went through that and moved that mountain and went past it. So any woman or any man or any child that overcomes that for me is very inspiring and inspirational. Because there's a lot that's coming to us in the world right now. And if you can just push through that, to me that's power.
Got anything to add, co-host?
Yes, I got one or two questions for you,
Yes.
but I will keep the last one for last.
Mhm.
I understand the question she asked, but how can we, the men, ally without controlling the empowerment narrative of women?
Be better listeners.
So we're not better listeners?
No.
No, never,
Oh my God.
never.
I'm just saying.
I just
You know,
like that.
I'm
Never.
coming back to the show again.
Never, never, never,
You
never.
asked.
Co-host, I'll find another female co-host. And maybe I just went behind the camera. All right. So I will turn it over to the
Yes.
before I turn it over to the host to close the show, because she will speak and then I will speak, so we can close the show. If you had to tell one hard truth that would change the life today of one woman,
Mhm.
what would it be?
My hard truth that I would tell to a woman today is, please do not compare yourself to others. That is something that we do as women, and it ends up actually stopping us from aspiring from what we need to do. And if it gives us the fire to try and aspire as that person, then we're doing it for the wrong reasons. We're not doing it for what we want to do. We're doing it because we want to get to a destination that we didn't even decide on. So my hard truth right now is, do not compare yourself to someone else. Your journey is so unique. Own it, prioritize it, and forget about others. Now, that does not mean you cannot borrow or take mentorship from other people that are doing better than you. It just means that on your journey, don't let somebody else hijack your journey.
Amen.
All right, Madam Host, go ahead so you can come back to this again.
I would like to close with this. This is the platform that says "What Women Rise." So women, we have to learn to build and support our community. We all have our own stories, so we need to inspire each other with our stories. Because if somebody hear my story, they will be more inspired, they will be more encouraged. If someone hear your story, your journey, they will be like, oh, if Liz can go through that, I can go through that. But you can't come and tell somebody going through what they're going through, and then you sit there like, yeah, it's okay, just leave it. Don't even bother with it. But we all have stories. So when I open my book, you'll be like, who? When James opened his book, when you open your book. So we all have our own stories. So we need to learn to support our community and keep it moving. And before I turn it over to my co-host, I just want to say thank you so much for all your support. You are very supportive, and I want to say thank you for that.
No, but it's very easy to support the Bollies. They've always been in my life, and I appreciate it so much, and I look forward to many, many more. This girl has the best skin collection, guys. Help! You don't even need to help her, because once you have her skin collection, I'm just going to tell you, fire. So
Thank you, sis.
clock it.
All right, Mrs. Carr. Before I can close this program,
Yes.
I will give you 1 or 2 minutes so you can do a closing statement of empowering your women
Yes.
that are watching, to let them also know in your closing statement where should they rise.
Rise in your own truth. That's what I'm going to say. And when I say rise in your own truth, recognize where you are, make a plan, and decide, where do I want to be. All of us are aspiring to be somewhere else. So look at your situation and make a plan and stick to your plan. And before you know it, it's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, change your plan. We're always revising plans, amending plans. So I'm just going to say, rise to your truth. And your truth is, where are you and where do you want to go?
Thank you so much for being our guest today, Ms.
Yes.
Elizabeth Carr. We really do appreciate you accepting our invitation. You are always welcome on Bollietv. You know, we're just one step away from you. Just let us know. Ladies and gentlemen, today we brought you a Bollietv TV program called Where Women Rise. A Bollietv TV program created, like we said, to celebrate strength, amplify voices, and honor unstoppable spirits of women. This program is to build confidence, uplift our sisters, and fuel sisterhood that becomes a true source of power. Sorry. This is Where Women Rise, and we're glad to have our guest here today, Ms. Liz Carr. Thank you for watching Bollietv TV, and we will see you on the next episode.